we give him glory. Luke 22, starting at verse number 31 and verse number 32. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your faith. I'm in John 21, verses 1 through 3. I'm going to read the kids later. After these things, Jesus showed himself again to the disciples at the Sea of Tiberias. And in this way, he showed himself Simon Peter, Thomas called the twin, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and two others of his disciples were together. Simon Peter said to them, I'm going fishing. They said to him, we're going with you also. They went out immediately, got into the boat, and that night they caught nothing. Oh, you may be seated in the presence of. I want to preach today with your prayers and God's power. Your faith is worth fighting for. Your faith is worth the fight. I said your faith is worth the fight. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Your faith is worth the fight. Would you lay a hand on yourself and say, my faith is worth the fight. Being human, ladies and gentlemen, being human means that we need reassurance sometimes. Even the most secure people have moments of self-doubt, insecurity, and feeling overwhelmed. It is natural to seek some reassurance when confronted with uncertainty. We want some feedback that our solution or our thoughts are reasonable, that they're rational, or otherwise they're good enough, or that we aren't missing something obvious. Reassurance can help to calm a doubt, diminish a worry, solidify a plan of action, or guide a decision. My friends, whether this is your first or your 4,000th day as a believer, come on, sir. Or maybe you aren't really sure that you want to believe yet. You've probably heard of this thing that we believers call faith. What you might not be sure of is why it's such a big deal to us. You'll hear people talk about it when things are going good. I knew this would turn out and turn around for me if I could just furnish the faith. You'll hear people recommend it when they're not sure of what to say. I'm sorry. You're going through a rough time. Just have faith.
Yep. Come on, Bishop.
And when others seemed unfazed about life's obstacles, they might just tell you, it's because I have faith. But what does it mean? What does it mean? Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see.
Yes, sir.
Faith is the result of believing the gospel. And can I tell about 6 of you who looking at me crazy? The gospel has not gone out of style.
No, sir.
The good news of the gospel is that Jesus died for our sins and made a way for us to be right with God and spend eternity in heaven. When we allow that reality of the gospel to affect every part of our lives, it changes the way we think, which changes the way that we behave. Faith causes us to act on what we haven't experienced yet. To believe promises in the Bible that haven't been fulfilled yet. And to trust God when our situations haven't changed yet. Faith in God is what allows us to experience stability in the middle of instability. When life feels out of control, we as believers, we take comfort in knowing that God is in control. We have blessed assurance. This is my story. This is my song. I'm praising my Savior. All glory. 5 of you called it all the day. Only needed 5. We in the month of May is grace time. Grace.
Say that, Bishop.
But that's my story. I'm praising my Savior. Y'all got it all. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is that the devil wants all of God's people to fail. Every day that we are blessed to wake up, there's an enemy fighting against your peace, fighting against your destiny. But the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse number 13, you know it by heart, there hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. We must take comfort in knowing that God will not allow us to go through more than we can bear. I feel like preaching. And I believe that there's somebody here besides me who can be a witness to the fact that the Lord will make a way. Somehow. Can I tell you, I've seen him do it. And I know it's working out for me. I found 2 witnesses. Would you lean over and just scream down at somebody and say, I've seen him do it. And I know that it's working out. Oh God. See, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and through our testimony. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen him do it. The Lord will. But the Lord will make a way. Say, he will. He'll make a way. Somehow. Glory be to God. I could really be stuck right there. 12 months ago, I wouldn't be able to see your hand go up, but I've seen them do it. Oh, yeah, I know. I know. Y'all, I pause because you don't understand that my optometrist, he told me just 1 month ago, nothing has changed. So I don't even understand how you can see that. Because nothing has changed. Then he laughed at me and said, I know what you're going to say. Somebody touched me. I've seen them do it. See, my faith, this is worth fighting for. My faith is worth fighting for because I've seen them do it. I've seen them do it. You don't have to testify for me. I got my own testimony. I've seen them. Y'all excuse me because I could have had a personal praise break because I've seen him do it. I'm talking about faith. And so Lord, Sister Paula talking about faith. Cody, I see your hand waving. I'm talking about faith. There we got two hands. I'm talking about faith. Somebody, you need to be reassured that my faith in God still works. Where the disciples have given up everything to walk with Jesus, but things have gone disarray. Why, Pastor? Because it's no longer popular to walk with Jesus. Everybody who says that Jesus has risen from the dead is now on the hit list to be killed. And Peter, in an attempt to deal with the trauma and the stress, he says, I'm going fishing. Oh, y'all can have that. I'm going fishing. I don't want to do drama with y'all, so I'm going fishing. And it's interesting to know, if some of you don't know, there are times in our lives when it seems that we can go through a series of rough times that we just want to go back to something simple, something comfortable. Going back, please hear the pastor, doesn't necessarily mean backsliding. Going fishing, Brother Derek, is not a sin. But sometimes we just want to go back to the days when you had no real responsibility.
Well,
I can remember at 23 I had two responsibilities.
get good grades.
Make good grades
Keep your room clean.
and stay out of trouble. That was it. And sometimes, Mom, my mom is here. Sometimes, Mom, I just want to go back to that house. I just want to make good grades.
Teach, Bishop. Say
Stay
that.
out of trouble. Some of y'all not shouting good because y'all not fully grown yet, but when you're grown for real, you got a lot on your plate. A lot on your plate. I wish I could get help in here. But I'm gonna tell you again, I'm not ashamed to let you know, some days, the other way when I crawl out of the bed, because I have to crawl out sometimes. I just want to make good grades. Stay in my room and stay out of trouble. Have you ever had an issue that you struggled with for a long time? I'm doing the best I can. I'm done. It's amazing how the moment that you got saved, you immediately got delivered from some stuff. And you testify, God is good. Hey, and then, y'all shouted too quickly. And
Something
then,
happened. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and then after you danced out of your clothes, after you high-fived, told many people your hand hurt, after you spun around till you were dizzy, and then
Yes, sir.
there are those other things
Yes, sir.
that become long and tedious, stressful and relentless battles in your life. And I know we in church, but everybody has a thing that you struggle with.
Bishop.
And some of us even got several things that you struggle with. And at certain times, Jekyll turns into Hyde. Or Hyde turns into Jekyll. And you might tear some stuff up around here. And I know y'all went quietly because you're sitting here in church.
That's real, sir.
And some of y'all watching, and just because it's Sunday morning, you all holy and stuff. You all spiritual on Sunday morning. You played good music this morning. I know. But then, right about 2 o'clock, and then, when the benediction is over, and then, can I tell you, since y'all not gonna shout, you're not always holding it together like you are in this moment. Everybody in here has something that you struggle with. Because even Superman had kryptonite, and you have something too. Can I tell you like how I feel it? You can't get healed if you don't be real. And some of you can't get out of your struggle because, number one, you won't admit, I got a struggle. And number two, you won't admit that you like it. My mic was messed up all morning. Y'all didn't want to hear that. But you won't admit that thing that got you messed up. You won't admit that you like it. Can I tell you, I'm talking about faith. And I need to reassure you that if you exercise your faith, you can be delivered from what it is that you're struggling with. Peter was a businessman. Deacon Carr, we had a conversation yesterday. Joel, we had a conversation yesterday, but Peter was a businessman for real. He was actually an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some of y'all just got a good hustle. But he was an entrepreneur. And he was a great fisherman. He was great at it. Very good at what he did. And Jesus encounters him and says, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Peter was already a fisherman, but Jesus says, when I finish with you, you are going to be fishers of men. In other words, I'm going to take you out of the element that you are familiar with and bring you into an element where you're going to have to be trained to do something that you've never done before. And when I'm finished with you, I will make you fishers of men. Y'all are Bible readers, you got it. So can I tell you that when God, thank you Brandon, you're right with me. When God has a purpose for your life, it doesn't always mean that you want to do it. It does not always mean that you like God's plan. God does not meet with you to have a conference to see if you agree with his plan. Please hear what I'm telling you. There's a big difference in who you are and who you are called to be. It was getting rough on the first Sunday. And Jesus says, if you follow me, if you just follow me, don't follow the career, don't follow the money, don't follow the crowd, but if you follow me, I will make you what I need you to be. If you delight yourself in me, I will give you the desires of your heart. And I'm wondering if somebody is honest enough to admit that you have some issues, that you have some obstacles standing between you and what God has called you to be. And I'm telling you that God is getting ready to mess with you. God is getting ready to mess with you out of your comfort zone. You don't get a vote. You don't get to have a say in this one. Because God created you for his pleasure. And he has a role for you to play. And when everything is said and done, you're going to do what you were called to do. And please understand that God protects people he can use.
Amen, Bishop.
Oh my. That really should have been a shouting moment. Because the only reason that you made it this far is because God is planning to use you. But if you keep trying to argue and fight with God, having a Burger King relationship with him, have it your way, you're going to lose divine protection. God will protect us with our crazy selves. Y'all know you're crazy. I know you think you're tough, but it was God who protected you all of your life. And the reason you're not dead, the reason you have not lost your mind, the reason you haven't just walked away from everything and everybody The reason why you're not on a ventilator, the reason why you're not locked up in jail, the reason why you have not turned out the way that folks said you would, is because God, glory, God has been protecting you. Can I tell you, God did it. It's not your intellect, it's not your money, it's not your status, but God did it. Would you lean over and tell somebody, I'm still here. By His grace, by His mercy, He kept me when I was weak. He kept me when I was strong. He kept me when I was right. He kept me when I was wrong. The Lord has kept me. And my faith tells me that He'll never leave me, nor forsake y'all. I feel like preaching, but because it could have been me. See, that's personal. It could have been me. But God didn't see fit to let none of these be. And I thank you, Lord, for all that you've done for me. Now back in Luke chapter 22. Come, Sister Joyce. And Jesus said, Simon, Simon, Satan has desired to have you. That's what he wants. And sometimes we don't understand. You need to understand that Satan desires not just to tempt you, not just to embarrass you, not just to humiliate you. He wants to have you. There's not a person in this room that he doesn't desire to have totally. You're struggling with some things right now that are trying to totally take over your life, trying to control you, trying to manipulate you. He desires to have you that he might sift you. And don't miss what I'm telling you. He doesn't even want to keep you.
Come on, Bishop.
Because once he gets control, the devil is going in for the kill, to sift you. I can see your head nodding. God bless you. That's why you can't do everything that you feel like you're grown enough to do. Just because you feel like it. You can't act on it. Just because you're frustrated in a situation, sometimes you must endure hardness as a good soldier. I hear you right there.
Yes, sir.
I need to warn somebody in here or who's watching today. I don't know who I'm after in this room, but I need to let you know that it's a trap. 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 Because everything that glitters is not gold. It's a trap. It's a trap. Satan desires to have you that he might sift you as wheat. And when you sift something, you separate it. You break it down until it becomes unglued and falls apart. He wants you to fall apart. And can I tell you that there are some things that you can't fool with because they make you fall apart. You should want anything in your life that makes you so crazy until you forget who you are, forget how you ought to be acting, Forget everything you've been taught. Forget right from wrong. Forget how you're hurting the people who love you. Forget that it was God who blessed you. And sometimes you got to say no to some stuff that looks good. Sometimes you got to say no to some things that feel good. Sometimes you got to say no to some stuff that you think that you need, because you can't be falling apart. Satan has desired to have you, and see, the problem with most of us is that we don't really realize that we have a real devil to fight. I'm talking about a real devil that is not playing with you. And sometimes you go through some trauma. You have to go through some stuff. You might have to lose some folks you love. And you might even lose some battles before we start to get serious. When you see people giving all that they have in a praise, please don't judge their praise. Because can I let you in on a little secret? They are not trying to impress you. Because they have a real devil to fight. Fighting their mind, fighting their marriage, fighting their emotions, trying to destroy them. And if I don't praise him, I might lose it up in here. If I don't give him glory, I'm liable to digress. I need this praise. Let me leap. Let me shout. Let me holler. Let me scream. Let me run. Let me dance. Because I need this breakthrough. I have a real devil to fight. Is there anybody in here like me? I got a real devil to fight. Would you lean over and tell somebody, you go ahead and sit there if you want to, but I can't afford to sit here like a pump on the wall, because I need God to do something. And I found out that when the saints go up in worship, that's when deliverance, yes Lord, will take place. When the saints go up in praise, all of Satan's power are erased. And the king, oh the king, and the king, strong and mighty, the king, mighty in battle, the king of glory, he shall come in. And the devil that we have to fight, he knows exactly what to use to get to you. When he wants to get on your nerves, he knows how to do it. He knows that if he messes with your children, it'll rock your world. He knows your vulnerability. He knows where your weaknesses are. Satan has desired to have you that he might sift you as wheat. But Jesus said, we get ready to go, Aaron. I have prayed for you. And that's why you're still here. Because Jesus prayed. Knowing your weaknesses, Jesus prayed. Knowing your background, Jesus prayed knowing your struggles. Jesus prayed knowing your fears. Jesus prayed knowing your anxieties. Jesus prayed. He prayed that your faith fail not. Your faith is worth the fight. He prayed that you don't lose your faith. And can I be honest? Because there was a time in my life when I thought that it was impossible to lose faith. To have something slap you so hard that all of a sudden you started wondering, oh God, y'all won't be real. Where is God in this mess? Have you ever gone through something so hard that while you were trying to pray, the devil said, nobody is listening to you. Nobody cares about you. You're in this by yourself. Because your faith is in a fight. Oh, that's tough. When your faith is in a fight, can I tell you this, and I'm going to get out of here, because you are no greater than what you believe. Let me rewind that and give it to you again. I said, you are no greater than what you believe. And if you lose your faith, you will lose the fight. That's why sometimes in the middle of what you're going through, you got to keep telling yourself, I believe God. I believe God. I believe God. Come on and wave your hand and say, I believe God. I believe He will get me through this. I believe I'm already healed. I believe that God can do anything. All things are possible to them who believe. And Jesus said, I know exactly how much you can bear, but when thou art